Yeah, we'll get to that. I know Tom didn't watch it because Tom hates fun. Tom hates fun.
Tom, why do you hate fun?
Tom said, watch Invisible. Psst, I'll watch Over the Top again.
No, honestly, Invincible, like
I'll
even
watch
if you have
Godzilla
comic book
98
fatigue,
again.
it's actually really good, like genuinely. Just letting Tom know. Like it's genuinely good. The first for me, I would still say the first season is my favorite one. Season 2 it kind of dips, but then season 3 it goes up again.
See,
So
I say 3. I think
great.
3 is my favorite, and then 1, and then 2.
Okay,
Mine
mine definitely goes 1, 3, 2 at this point in time. 3 is amazing. 3 is amazing. It is great. But 1, nothing beats Nolan, and nothing beats like the end of season 1 for me at this point.
I think the third season is the best one so far.
Yeah, I agree.
You think number 3?
Yeah, third season is the best so far. I
thought there wasn't one weak episode, man. Like
I agree. The thing that I didn't really like about season 3 was the amount of love story stuff. There was just but
it was him and Adam Eve. I like Adam Eve.
No, I like Adam Eve too. But
they got rid of that SJW girlfriend.
But there was also the Rex and Ray, and there's also the robot and monster girl. Like there was just so much of it. Rudy, thank you. And it's just like it was just a little over the top for me. But
he's not Rudy anymore. He's Rex now.
That's true.
I think the weakest episode might have been when Invincible goes to the future to fight the Immortal, but even that was a good episode.
I agree. That fight was so good.
I mean, it was just the weakest of the season, but it was still good.
I agree.
Yeah, I liked that episode.
I reckon still the most intense moment was
it gets him going down that dark path because he doesn't want to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird though. Like I don't know if are we saying spoilers about to show up until this point? Is that okay?
I think now that we've watched, I think because it's week by week, there's an episode. I think it should be okay to talk about spoilers.
I'll just be vague. I'll say this
for a little bit.
The 2 people that he quote unquote ends, but doesn't technically, for me personally, kind of cheapens his whole like I have to kill now because the first person he didn't technically end them.
I agree.
And now this person also, I'm trying to be vague, obviously, but like the other person, he didn't end them technically because we know that the Viltrumites' heart is intact. They don't die. Like everything else can be rebuilt technically, like through their their genes, or whatever. So I'm just like him being like I'm able to kill, but like I've never technically killed these 2. But it's just that's a little weird, but it's okay.
But he thinks he killed them though. Like he thinks he killed them. So I mean.
It works for me. Like I
think the thing for him, I think the thing for Invincible in this is like the collateral damage.
Hey, what's up, Sean? Thank you for the raid.
It's more so the collateral damage, like that he's more contemplating with throughout this entire season, is the responsibility of, everything that's happened. See, I actually think the weakest episode of this season is the one that introduces Jesse Pinkman. What's his name? What's
Blowout? No, Powerplex.
No, Powerplex.
Whoa, you did that episode was great.
Don't get me wrong. I think it was great too. But out of the entire season, I still think that was the not the worst episode, but the weakest episode.
That one had a good messaging on like revenge and how it consumed him so much that he killed his family.
100%. When he. Oh man, we are talking spoilers. When he kills his own family.
That was rough.
Wow.
No, it was crazy. So I didn't think they would show it though.
No, that's always the same.
I'm like, wait, really?
I think my one criticism of this whole show is just how they have a tendency to kind of only hire what seems to be like A-list actors or whatever to play all the characters. You know what I mean? You notice that?
I actually didn't like the voice acting. I didn't like the voice acting.
I thought Dean Morgan, what's his name? Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah.
His Conquest voice acting was great. That moment where he's beating Mark down and he's like, I'm so lonely.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing.
I have no purpose. No one will talk to me. Take it to your grave, will you? And then he starts choking him to death.
Flash.
That was hardcore, man.
Share this for a second. I hope.
What I think is really interesting though is I looked up what issue
Conquest. They'll nail me.
Will they?
Yeah, they'll nail me.
And
we can't.
They're
share
only,
any
they're only
even just a little
like
bit.
65.
No.
Yeah, they'll hit me.
And there's like 144 issues of Invincible. So there's quite a bit of season left that they can make.
I actually think
they're about to go into the Viltrumite War, and
I actually think well, what Cecil's doing right now by rebuilding some of the Invincibles and also keeping, well, we are talking spoilers, keeping Conquest alive. Man, after what happened at the beginning of the season with Invincible, like thinking that Cecil is doing the wrong thing by what's the word? Rehabilitating these evil people to make them good. And then what's he doing at the end of the season? Like that for me was actually the most intense part of the entire season. I think it was episode 2 when Cecil started buzzing him with the thing and then Rex explodes it and it had a dead switch and he's sitting on the ground like going crazy. And then when it finally got jammed, he gets up and just unleashes. I thought that was the most intense
I've
part
had
of the
what
entire
happens
season.
with robots spoiled. Robot's
really?
going to change quite a bit.
What does he go back?
Don't let me know because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know this part.
I'm not going to say.
Like I said, I'm deliberately not reading the books on purpose so I can just watch it and just like enjoy it for what it is.
I was with Cecil. I mean, Cecil up until the point of the final episode when he kept Conquest alive. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he busts right out of that too.
I bet he does.
It's not that big of a spoiler. He knocks right out of it, destroys it like it's nothing. I mean, you've seen how powerful he is. You think that's going to hold him?
Like, I get keeping some of the bodies from the.
There'll be a rematch next season between him and Invincible.
Like, I get keeping some of the bodies from the Invincible War, like, because, some of those marks weren't as strong as our mark. But keeping Conquest, that was nah.
But see, my question is, what will that do with Cecil and Invincible's relationship? Because, man, he tells him to burn the body. And he's like, Cecil's just like, I just can't do that. I just can't. Like, he wants to get information. He wants knowledge. He wants,
But here's the thing. How can they even burn
Granola
his body,
Grin,
dude?
thank
like,
you.
They literally go through the Earth's atmosphere while fighting, and neither of them burn. Like, what is fire going to do? You know what I mean? Like, how do you even kill something that's like that? That's like having a dead Superman in front of you and saying, "Yeah, just burn Clark's body." Like,
just throw him into the sun.
How? That's the only way. Yeah, but then you go through the chance to throw him in the sun, he might regenerate.
What I wonder what's going to happen. So there's I feel like everyone already knows, even if they haven't seen this, but I'll just say there's a rape that happens, and
that one.
I wonder if they're actually going to show that.
Wait,
that one got spoiled for you?
I know
got spoiled for me, but I won't elaborate. It's okay.
I wonder if they're going to show that in the show.
Probably, yeah. I mean, they showed everything
much. Yeah, it's a guy that gets raped, not a woman.
I know, it's Wham and Power.
I wonder if they're going to show
that.
I don't think they can avoid it.
Definitely show it
because it's a big central plot point eventually. Like I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil too much, but
yeah, don't spoil.
I do wonder if they'll actually animate that.
We haven't,
because some stuff's better in what I saw from the comics. Like Rex's explosion is better in the comics. Because I watched a thing, like you can go on YouTube and watch these, like they upload the comics and turn them into like moving videos.
Little animation.
And in the comics, like when he explodes, you actually see him and that Invincible like disintegrating. Whereas in the show they cut and you just saw the kaboom outside of their tower. Like I thought it looked better in the books. Because you actually see them exploding together. I thought it was more impactful.
Rex went out like a hero.
I have a question. Outside of Invincible, like I have a few comics in my head that I'm like, I would love to see get the Invincible treatment, but like, what comics do you guys think would be, the next, I guess you could say, comic book to TV show phenomenon? Like I said, I have a few options in my head, but
I mean, are you talking animation or are you talking live action or what?
Animation. I don't really care about live action. I'm talking animation.
Probably Fables would do really well.
Fables would be amazing. Oh my god, that'd be so good.
I think they're doing that.
Are they?
I don't think so. No, Bill Willingham got into a fight with Disney like multiple times.
Yeah, and then he made it all public domain. If he made it public domain, can't they take it and make a show out of it?
Probably.
They can, but I think that was his way of like making it so that way if Disney did do something on it, they wouldn't have exclusive rights to it. So if it became popular, anyone.
Yeah, and that'll be enough to turn Disney off.
Yeah.
And the way Disney screwed them was they were like really close to signing some kind of deal, and then Disney decided, hey, we have all these Disney characters, we'll just make our own show. So they made that show Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
And basically screwed him out of the deal. So
yeah, I love this series. I think it's great. Like this has been one of the best comic book adaptations I think that they've done in a long time.
I 100% agree with that.
I think one that would be amazing would be The Strange Talent of Luther Strode. I don't know if anyone else has read that. It's basically like the reverse Spider-Man story. It's the idea of like, what if Spider-Man got powers, but like Uncle Ben wasn't there to guide him? That's pretty much what Luther Strode is. But it's like a guy that gets powers from like a mystical book. So he's kind of like Hercules. And he like punches dudes so hard they explode into blood mist. So that's one. Punk Rock Jesus would be amazing.
Someone in the chat mentioned Dredd, and I think Dredd could be okay as an animation, but I think it would be better as live action. They've proven that they can do Dredd.
Dredd movie,
is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dredd is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
One of the
I hated it.
Really?
I hated it.
No.
Yeah, not my
great
thing.
movie.
Wow,
Dredd is fantastic.
That movie I hated so much.
I would put Dredd up as one of the best action movies ever made. Not just a comic book movie.
I totally agree.
I would put it up there in one of the best action movies. It's in, if I were to, it's not like in my top 10 movies ever, but in the category of action movies, it's definitely one of my favorite action movies.
Which one do you like better, the Stallone or?
Fucking out of here.
The Carl Urban one's the better one. That's actually Judge Dredd.
Urban, man, are you crazy?
Come on, man.
I also think another one that would be really big if they made it into a TV show, I think it could be just as big as Invincible if they did it right, would be Saga.
Oh, Saga would be nice, yeah.
Saga would be insane because they made that comic book specifically so that it could never be adapted into like live action. Just due to how expensive it would be to actually do.
One of the best comic book covers of all time is a Judge Dredd comic book. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I'd like to see like a live action like Kingdom Come from DC, but I mean it'd be like a mini series. I think it'd be insane though.
Yeah, right.
Did you guys see that rumor that if
Superman doesn't do well? You guys ever seen this comic cover?
Oh yeah, you've shown it to me before.
This is one of the best. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite comic book covers ever. This is his American first appearance.
That's cool.
Jesus, how old is that?
Like, he needs a game,
man. And you better believe it.
I don't know. I didn't read it when it came out.
Late 80s?
I think this is 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's early 90s.
I want to hear some of Anna's thoughts on Invincible. She watched the whole thing. She binge watched it in one
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, it was only 8 episodes, and you got to remember it was like pouring rain here, so I just like laid in bed with my baby, and we just both watched it. Well, she slept through most of it. I don't know. I feel like I was expecting more from the way you guys talked about it. Like, I don't think it was as great as you guys do. Like, there were some parts of it that definitely dragged, and I don't know. I thought that Conquest the entire time he was there. I honestly thought his dad was going to show up and save him at the end.
Oh no.
So I was a little disappointed because that's what I thought was going to happen. Since he was
I thought that too. Actually, I thought at some point Nolan and the one-eyed guy were going to show up and
Alan.
Yeah.
Alan the alien.
Yeah.
I like that he didn't know.
That's my girlfriend's favorite.
I like that he didn't too. He headbutts him to death.
I liked this fight. It was like watching. It was almost like watching Dragon Ball.
It was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, like they were going all out. I love that he just couldn't get a heads up on it. Like it was a knockout, drag out fight. And I love that he had to use his head to take him down.
Because he broke both his arms.
Headbutt him to death.
I seriously thought he was going to kill Oliver. I was like, okay, Oliver's going to die. He's going to die.
Man, so did I. You know what I actually thought? I thought he was going to be successful, and then like some part of the bug species was going to like form.
Come out of him.
Yeah, like the bottom half of him's going to start being a bug or something. Like, That's what I thought was going to happen.
But you know what though? That kid needed to get humbled though. Like he kind of needed that ass whooping.
But he was right in some aspects.
He was right.
He was right. Like if you kill him now, then none of any of this would have happened. Like
yeah. Well, no. Conquest still would have happened.
No, I'm talking about with the brain guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Angstrom Levy.
Angstrom.
That's right.
Angstrom
the guy
Levy.
that opens the portals to the different. Yeah.
Like he was from season 2.
Yeah, but like
when Mark thought he killed him though.
Yeah, but then even at the end of that fight, when he's holding on to him and Oliver shows up and he's like, kill him, Mark.
Yeah.
Kill him. He's telling him to kill him and he should kill him. He knows he should and he was about to, but he stopped himself because Oliver showed up. That was the whole irony of that scene.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a good example for his brother. At the same time, he knows that the best thing to do is to kill him.
Now, I don't agree that the Mahler twins should have died.
Yeah,
the way they went out was pretty.
Maybe because I like the Mahler twins, but I
like them too.
I reckon Cecil's cloned them or something.
No, I don't think they come back.
No,
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're done.
This is the thing. Cecil is capable of so much that you never really know, unless they show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Salty Battle Beast is at the end credits of episode 8. They find Battle Beast in the space. I love Battle Beast. I think doesn't Worf? It's like Michael Dorn.
Yeah, Michael Dorn.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I could tell. I thought that was him. Yeah.
That prison break was actually awesome too.
Yeah, I like that prison break.
Prison break was sick.
Yeah, what happened to Duplicate's brother, the other guy that they're trying to break up?
Multi-Paul.
He escaped.
He's
I remember.
One of his copies is still in prison, and the other one's out.
Yeah.
Heistman says in the chat that the Maulers do come back.
Spoilers. Okay, but it is what it is.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how they do come back and whether or not Cecil has something to do with that.
Maybe they have a clone in reserve somewhere.
Yeah, that's what Duplicate does, right?
Well, they actually have to make their clones. They Duplicate and
Multi-Paul.
Whatever that. What's the brother's name?
Multi-Paul.
They make their own duplicates.
Yeah, and they experience the experiences of all them duplicates. So, like, you know, when Multi-Paul tries to break out and they're all just dying,
that was insane.
Like, that scene was insane. And he's feeling it all while he's trying to brace himself in the light fitting. Like, he starts to lose it because he's feeling everything that they're all feeling. And I think Duplicate mentions that they actually experience the deaths of all their duplicates.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, but yeah, it's a great show. I'm enjoying it a lot. But again, I'm enjoying it because I don't know what happens. Because this is why I couldn't really enjoy The Walking Dead as a TV show because I read it. You know, so I'm kind of like, it's not really interesting to me because I already know what happens.
I feel like
I'm deliberately not wanting to know.
I feel like the great thing about this show is the fact that there's so many characters that could just go bad, and you never like, you know, when Rudy when they're unpacking at the teen team's old base or whatever, and robot girl, Monster Girl walks over and goes to grab the box, and he goes, "Oh, this is a project I'm working on." He's so like secretive about what he's doing, but it turned out that all he was really doing with that stuff was to make a belt for Monster Girl so that she doesn't de-age every time she transforms, which is really cool. But again, Rudy, who's now Rex, could end up being bad. There's so many characters like that you just think, Cecil could end up being bad.
Well, yeah. I'm just
Cecil's like Nick Fury.
I'm tired of how useless
just does what he needs to do to save his country.
Yeah, I'm tired of how useless the Immortal is, man. Like, the Immortal is so useless. I'm like, God, like, just quit. Yeah. Just quit. He's like
get beat up.
He's like the poor man's Vandal Savage, dude. Like, he's just like, I don't get him.
He's the distraction.
This guy dies every fight.
Vandal Savage.
Yeah. He gets his head removed every time. Well, he's given up now. Remember, he's given up, and Duplicate and him are gonna.
Good. He should become the
run away together.
Walmart or something. Like, just do something else.
But then something big will happen, He'll let Nolan will come back and he'll fight Nolan. Something like that.
And lose again.
For yeah, he said removed again.
Nolan's powerful. Pretty sure he could take down Conquest.
So is Alan. Alan's powerful now.
So, okay. Yeah. So if we're talking about, you know how Invincible says to burn Conquest, right? And everybody, like, I can't remember. I think it was Endymion. How do you burn someone when they're that powerful? How were the two guys going to kill Nolan? They were about to kill him, apparently.
Well, Lava's got to work, right? Like, it has to.
Well, something's got to end up killing them. Like killing them. I mean, there was an entire war between the Viltrumites where they were killing each other. The weakest fucking
push the head, man.
Survival of the fittest. They kind of like Spartans.
So Conquest's head's been crushed.
Well, was his brain completely smashed?
No, but here's the thing.
He was.
Well, the Viltrumites have an advanced healing factor.
Here's the thing about the Viltrumites.
You can't regenerate a whole brain.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure as long as their hearts are kept intact, they can't die.
So if let's say Nolan's heart was ripped out of his
brain was still there, his face was just smashed.
That's what I'm saying. Smash the brain, kill the brain.
Yeah, but if his heart's still there, he's good. It's going to heal back. That's why he said to Mark, "I'm going to eat your heart," right? Because if he eats his heart, then he's cooked.
I don't know.
Brain?
I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know. Maybe Chad will correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's what the one thing they need to stay alive. But I could be wrong.
Dante, the when he was headbutting him to death, it was kind of like the face was like the other guy, the brain guy. When he finished,
but
with
his brain was intact though.
Yeah, his brain wasn't destroyed. His face was just smashed.
His face was messed up, but his brain was intact.
Yeah.
They should just cut his head off.
Yeah,
I don't think you can because they're like you saw it with the reanimate Invincibles, like you talked about, he couldn't cut through their skin.
Yeah, he did say that.
He was having a hard time with that because of they're kind of like Kryptonians.
But see,
that's literally what they are.
I was with Cecil with that.
They're a little weaker.
I was definitely
they get knocked around.
With keeping the Invincible guys alive, like that. That was a smart move.
No, I agree. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, no, it was a great show, man. I honestly, I don't know where they go from here. I mean, here's my fear though.
The Viltrumite War.
I just don't want to wait another
I don't want to know
years for like a new season to come, man. Like they got to be like quicker with these things.
I agree with that.
It's already season 4 is already being worked on right now.
Yeah, it's like per year they're coming out with.
They were dubbing it. They were talking about how they were in studio dubbing it during the season, and they were it was Nolan's voice actor. What's his name? Jonah Jameson.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons was like, "Yeah, we're further along than you think we are."
Good. I hope so.
Good.
Because we can't keep doing these long stretches of time of.
Well, if they're already dubbing it, then that would mean that they have lips to sync up to. So that would tell me that most of the animation might be done. So maybe we'll see it sooner than we think, which would.
I hope so, man. And I know a lot of people complained about the animation at the beginning of this season. Honestly, it wasn't that bad to me though. It was like it wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't bad. But people were complaining about the fact that it was so bad. But I'd rather have mediocre animation and a good story and keep it going rather than wait 3 years for like stellar animation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm fine with this animation. I don't see what's wrong with it.
I think at the first couple of episodes, it was a little bit off, but I feel like that was because a lot more went into like the final episodes.
Yeah, this episode was great. Even though IGN gave it a
4.
4.
A 4.
I cannot believe
they're just mad that he didn't have gay sex with Mark.
A 4.
Now if Conquest and Mark had had gay sex, this would have been an 8.
Easy.
Yeah.
More like a 10.
Yeah, probably a 10 actually, because it'd be like an older man with Mark, so they'd give it like a 10 because
you know what's crazy, man?
It's breaking down barriers.
I used to really like IGN. Like I used to go to them all the time for reviews and shit. Like what happened?
I don't know. At some point, you know when they went off the rails is when Colin and Greg left, and they started to change. And that's the timestamp I would put on it. After Colin
absolutely
left.
100%.
Yeah,
pretty much when they left, IGN pretty much just became like a big echo chamber because Colin was a pretty open conservative guy working there, and now at IGN you can't be conservative. There's no way. Or if you are, you just if you're conservative now at a place like IGN, you're a closeted conservative. That's the only way you can do it. Otherwise, they'll kick you out pretty much.
Sounds like Hollywood.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's no way. But once Colin and Greg started that kind of funny thing, and then that all happened. You noticed how all these journalists kind of did the same thing. They all tried to make their own version of that, and most of them have failed now, pretty much. Even the ones that kind of started up recently have also started to fail, like Second Wind. It's a whole thing. I did a whole video about this, like, God knows how long ago now.
His brain still is intact. I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah, but his heart's still there, so he's good.
I got 2 super chats here. One from Mr. Burger for 20. Says, Invincible is the best show on streaming. Really, Anna? Kirkman is the best writer in the game. Live action Invincible now. Mr. Burger mega trivia after FlashCast raid ready.
I don't think we need that.
I don't need it. I don't want a live action Invincible.
Neither. I don't want that.
I really don't think it's necessary.
I'm fine with the animation.
Same here.
Like,
I think the show served better by just being animated.
That's what. Yeah, you can do more with it. You can actually like the gore and everything. I feel is so much better through animation than you could through live action.
They would have to cut out so much if it was live action too.
The gore would be
time and budget. Forget about it.
The gore at the level it is works better in animation, in my opinion. I think if you did something like that, there's plenty of movies. Like Kill Bill has it like that, but it worked. But you're over the top. It would ruin. I think it would be ruined in live action. You wouldn't be able to do it like they do.
Well, even in Kill Bill, it would become gore in black and white. You'd be
in danger of becoming campy.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I think animation is fine for this, and because it's comic book, it's even better. I reckon.
Loki for $19.99. Do you think using AI to help in the animation will be good or bad? I'm not against AI, so if it can improve the animation.
You know what? I know it's controversial to say this. I'm not either, man. Like I feel like with the right, like, I don't know, like with the right vision, like AI can be used as a good tool.
Yeah, I agree.
As a tool, that's it. Just a tool, man. I think there's use for it.
Skynet will get still here as a good take on the AI stuff.
Like, but here's the thing: everybody in Hollywood, like AI is like the boogeyman, right? Like everyone's afraid of AI.
Skynet.
Like, it could be utilized. It could be used for good.
Yeah, it's gonna use what it knows about Invincible to make like superhero robots that take over the world. Skynet 2.0.
It's gonna be the plot of Age of Ultron. Ultron's on the internet for 2 seconds, and he's like, "Y'all gotta go."
Yeah, I looked at your history. You guys are shit.
Yeah.